Talo fa America Samoa ne taia matanofie le lo fa le sin ese. Pa talo fa fo I la tolo o mawana mai ne proklama I luma au pena te failani ma lo la val soifua. O le fa poponga fo ele nei o tatou proklame o ta ua o le Fale Lalaga. O tu fa te sia la ofisa o le American Samoa Visitors Bureau. O lo ofisa fo il malo o lo fa pena o la nga fa matanga te tafa mai tolo tatou watu. O lo whaia pia nei o nganga, e whae loa tuai ia bisinisi na iti ese lo tono malo. Ia e mese fo I tangata nuu lava ia o lo tamu whae lava lato e atia e lato bisinisi e soani ai tau sinau a inga. And I am here today and I'm so happy to run into Esther. And Esther's business is called Jin Printing Shop, and this is here in Fagatogo, in a particular place in the market that has been designated by the Office of Department of Commerce called an incubator. So the idea of incubator is to have small businesses here to develop their own vision and help them with marketing. O le nei la tai au fia lava le nganga o whata se fo na se ta se tina o le tinu. A se tua fine tala vo fo I. O le hatala no atu fo I lana bisinisi o le marketi. O lo I se vaenga o le tatou marketi ua whapitoa le ofisa o le commerce. E tu I nei bisinisi nei e amatai o na whaafuafua la tu bisinisi ia ma tau marketi e tuai fo I la tinu. Good morning, Esther.
Good morning, Poi. Good morning, everybody.
Good to see you this morning. Lefo tato ai na tato tu ya. Ola fa solo la ma talo na ngana tu fine nei. Ia I to ina tau tua ese lo fa pena ona fa ia la tala bisinisi la nei marketi. Esther, one of the things that we like to share with our viewers is how did you come about this idea? How did you start up with Jin Printing Shop? What inspired you to start this vision?
My dad, Esther Posala, he owned a printing shop for more than 20 years. And then 2014, he retired. So that put a stop to Dad's business. But then just seeing Dad, us growing up in the business field, like it instilled in me. And I knew one day I'm going to open my own little print shop. And yeah.
What's the importance of family values? Because I remember Talo for printing shop is just your parents, and I know they'll move from one location to the next, but they still do a lot of these services, printing funeral programs, graduation programs. What's the importance of family values to you and how you develop this?
It's so important. It's so important. Like when we were growing up, I remember Dad working countless hours of the day and night for customers, and he would also bring us kids to the office to sleep over, and that was his time with us.
Okay.
But at the same time, we were. I was like 10 years old, and the youngest of us was like 3, and it stuck in my head. I'm like, gosh, wow. I envied that. My dad was a model to me, and one day I'll be like him. And now, see, I'm so passionate about it, and I'm grateful for that. Family values are very important. Kids would never forget your hard work as parents. So the same.
Very good. Lela utatuba ai mai nei taia. Ese lava ia tu langa tatua for ia tu fine ya Esther. But I want to point out, because some people say, COVID-19, but some people don't know that the struggle is real for business owners, for all of us in the business community. Can you talk about the time that, nobody showed up to buy any of this during the lockdown?
Wow, I had no customers. I would, before the COVID-19, I'll be busy with, wedding invitations.
Okay, wedding invitations.
Yes.
So the business was good at the beginning,
yes.
right? And then birthday invitations.
Shirts. Because when you have birthday invitations, you'll have shirts. And they also have shirts and all stuff like that. and they'll do cups, you know, because family is so important to us. Yes.
Well, I find they say that's fine now. It's like it comes with a package. You have to have shirts.
We go all out.
all out. Yeah, but talk about the lockdown because we're still not out of the woods, as they would say.
Sadly, yes. The lockdown in March was, I had nobody coming in. As a single parent, I had to I support my kids, my parents, and I had no money coming in. So I had to think, on the news in that time, it was sort of face mask, ways to stop this COVID. So I'm like, wait, maybe I can make face masks.
Yes.
And
yes. Okay.
As you can see, I was like, wait, who will be wearing a lot of face masks? So I was like, the first responders are what? Are police officers. Mm-hmm. And mind you, I did not know how to sew. Growing up, my mom she would sew. When I was young, she would be sewing all the time. But then I'm like, if my mom can do it, I can do it.
Oh, that's the spirit. So we're going to talk about the sewing machine here. Let's say that no one to pay attention what to know. E maufa foi le ananga ile tama fainga tu finene ile fainga ole mask ne mo leo. I don't want to spoil it, but Esther is going to talk more about this when the business started. People are not showing up. Ele fai mo fie fo ene mil fai sinis.
Yes.
Yeah, moi la to fo yo lo nga fa mal fainga ole ne foi to inga Matafa yo ele fai mo fie ya lela wa sa fa ma ya ai sa tama fai lo le a fa fine ne e ma fo fa sisi awana. And Esther, this is one of the things that we found out, that during the lockdown people's sense of creativity started to go and we see that on Facebook. We see people going back doing home cooking, and we see people, doing pastries. People are baking everywhere on Island. It's like, okay, well, now for the day before it's lockdown, I thought what to do. Yeah, the concept of thinking outside of the box, right?
Exactly.
To survive, because actually you need to survive. Talk about this and the connection to the sewing machine. Where did you get that from?
Oh my gosh, I got it from PX. So, because I don't have a car yet, I jumped on the bus. I just had this idea. Bing! Jumped on the bus.
Bing, bing.
Went straight to PX and bought. I walked and said, "Excuse me, do you guys have a sewing machine?" And the girl goes, "Yeah, right there." And mind you, it was just $99. Oh my God!
Wow, what a bargain!
Yes. And I bought it, bring it back to my office, and I searched on Google, how can I sew? So yeah.
You're kidding.
I did not know how to sew whatsoever. I didn't.
You taught yourself.
I taught myself. And
then you started getting the material?
I bought the material from the close by shop, and then I used whatever I had that I used for shirts. Then this is what you call vinyl, white vinyl. I did a printout of the police, and I put it on the black. It's like a gator face mask, and it was a seller.
Wow!
I would be busy with cops.
How many did you sell so far?
I sold more than 200 masks.
Wow!
Yeah. 200.
200. Yeah. That's for now. For my, I feel so that I sui Fale. You were for night time. Suing face mask, motamai lela awatule ila onga. Olesi le afia fianga tatu proclama. Awa otale ni lava ne mai le tuala no fona la oe. Ya e lava time mai le ile malama. It's a time when I fight. Yeah, Pelaltina, Esther. You didn't go to sewing school, right?
No sewing school, but like what you said, the Lord has given us the talents. We better act on it, do it. And then
so the policemen will just walk in here and buy from you.
I would be busy. I would get calls like 6 a.m. Okay, ready? Got face mask. Yeah, because if they didn't have a face mask, they couldn't work because they were our first responders. And
that's an amazing story.
It was, and I'm grateful.
Wow. ia ole foi la tala no atu le sunga ia Esther i le whainga lawan o anga tautalinga o le sile mea lo tamwhai ai fo i tatu pokala me whaamalosia ia o le ngalue ina la vai o ia nei mea o mai whain whaatau Esther, talk about the spirit of ingenuity. How did you come up with this? I see you have the mold. These are beautiful earrings.
Thank you. As you can see, I'm wearing one too
here
with Taine Aulele.
What do you make these out of?
These are called epoxy.
Epoxy.
Right here.
Okay,
Resins.
let's see that.
But before any of this, I would have ideas of what to do for my business. Because as a business owner, you have to be on top of your toes.
Yes. Think on your toes.
Yes, you got to think of different ideas and then act upon it. And earrings, us women, we love earrings.
Yes.
So I'm like, earrings with the salmon designs and earrings, what? I'm thinking, I can do that. I can do that. Instead of ordering, especially with ordering, it takes, what, 2-3 weeks just to get something on Amazon, eBay. Why can't someone on Island do that? Earrings with your name on it, as you can see.
Wow.
So I searched it online with, we have the internet.
Okay, talk about that. Well, let's see, let's tāua for tato prokalama. Wailoa ai le whaongai ne tangata nei ia le interneti ia po le teknolosi fo ia.
Yes.
What do you say? How much of your business or business ideas do you get from the internet and Google?
A lot. You aiki mo may le Google, YouTube, Facebook video clips. I mean, ikelo au walam fenga faia. You more ideas if I lopi sinisi.
Whawhera whaingo kokalinga nei whaamon mole Esther.
So, out of those ideas,
okay, so this is one of it.
That you have to mix it. Let me use this cup. You put it in a cup, one part each in a cup, and then you mix it for 5 minutes. You print out whatever design that you want on your Photoshop or Illustrator. And then you print it out and then you crop it to the size of the mold.
Oh, the mold la le
So that mold you pour in the liquid and then the design and then the liquid and let it sit out for 24 hours to cure or heal. So yep.
And then does the design come on? You design it before you put in the mold?
Before you because I have this thingy. It's like an invoice. Like kind of like I give it out to my customers.
Okay.
You know, what kind of color do you want your earrings? What kind of font? What kind of style of earring you want? And the name you want in your earrings. So I get this back and then I work on it.
Okay. Yeah. Ole lawa ba ay may fulta to tunu. Yeah. Custom made.
Custom made.
E mawhai fo ilana e su mai tono ole tattoo. Fale o loa nei o le Jin Print Shop. Ia, wha tumu le pepa ai mga au fo i lo ingoa i lunga o tautalinga. Ia, e mawhai fo i le tina ia Esther o na whai na tūlanga. Mea umalama po le lanu fo i te mana o ai. You said something that this would match even if the material or the print, the siapo print on a puletasi. You could coordinate this with that.
Like if you have a really nice pattern and you want it to match with your earrings, just send it through me to Messenger, and then I can just mold it out to your and the color of your dress.
Malo lava. Yeah, oisi fo ila ia tūlanga e ngalue ina ele tuafine ne keychains. Yeah, o mea lava fo ia ele se fo ia fie tangata e whaatau. How do you make these, Esther?
This, I use the same liquid.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you print out the picture. You sent me your pictures through Messenger. Then I'll print it out and put it in the liquid and then look at it. Even when it gets wet, it can't because it's like literally solid.
Okay.
Very solid.
You talk a lot about Messenger. Olo ta'ua fo ele tuafine nei. Ia o le Messenger, ia mo la tau lawa masani ia o lunga le Facebook. how often do people message you about what they want to do? Because, with social distancing, how convenient is that
It is
for
so
business
convenient.
owners?
So convenient. I would get more than close to 20 messages a day.
The power of social media.
Yes. And then I'll tell them what time it's ready, and just come pick up, and then they'll leave. It's so convenient. Boy, I mean, what a blessing.
Yeah. Yeah, olis fo ilale me mafai fo ona fa ngai na etato ne fai business. A fa pe fo wale watu tanga tai fa tau. Yeah, wa fai titia fo le se le ni sau. Yeah, etele lava me mafai ona na fa ngai le social media por Facebook. Yeah, mafai ona contact out to tanga tai o mai for our customers, our clients. How often do you think people would send these off to their families in California or in Oregon or somewhere? Do they buy this for them?
Actually, yeah, they do. I actually had someone off island order a couple earrings, and I sent it last week. Mm-hmm. And thank you, Lupe, for that. And just the girl this morning, she took her earrings to send to her sister.
That's right. I saw her coming in.
I think for people off under, like, wow.
Yeah. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
And they're not mass produced. Well, let's see for Ilea to Langa for it's a five for Tato Procalama. If I tell you, on the way, lava ye. Fale or lava lima, Malitani for you. Mawai. And this is unlike other big shops where, they're mass produced, a lot of the time with machines and all of that, which is not bad. It's just that I think with this niche in the market, you have a more personal touch, right?
Yes.
Talk about passion. You said something, if you have the right passion, then you could do this. How important passion is in your line of work?
Passion is so important, boy. It makes you wake up early in the morning to do what you really love to do, and you have no complaints whatsoever. And you have to have passion in starting a business. You have to have that idea, and you have to know what you're doing. And that's what I did. The value that my dad instilled in me, it made me be passionate for what he did. Mind you, in the beginning, I was so annoyed of that. Like, work, work, But then again, when just growing up in that environment, it made me say, wow, I really do love and I appreciate what my dad taught us. We had a multitask owning a family business. We had a multitask on Photoshop. We had a multitask doing the dirty hands work, and it all played off at the end. Now look, you have to be passionate in what you do. You have to be passionate, like what you do.
Like what you do. Yeah, therefore, what sound atu ia le to finene. Ile ta ua for yo. Ole mafutanga fale ainga. Wa pe utono mafutanga fale ainga le afuafua mai ai fo sela ngona mfai ona fai se mai business fa pene. O matua foi o la to ni tangata. It's at wetato or role models. They're positive role models. Our parents. Yeah, ele foi se matua le manawe. E fa pena ona le lei se tau unga o alum fa na utono ainga. Yeah, pe foi la na fa so atu le tu finene. Au nga ole so ta inga le matua ia mafana. Awala val tampai foi awale lumana ifo ofana we fainia la to business I tono tato what to do. Esther, we talked about, I've seen this, I know you're very young. We're not gonna ask her how old she is. 16. But I've seen a lot of young people, and I'm so grateful because they get to go out and develop an idea, a concept, something that they're passionate about. What's the importance for young people to go into business? What do you encourage them? It's not always easy, you know.
No.
Why lista nga sa so lula fa sa pisinisi pe yo ole tinaya Esther. But what are some of the challenges for small business owners?
The challenges are people do not listen to the negative. Do not listen to that.
That's a good advice.
Follow that positivity in your mind that you can do it. Always be positive. Always have hope, and always believe in yourself. So yeah, that's.
I think a lot of people, and this is, very common in everywhere, people will say, Oka, ma, ngaya pisinisi Esther. Esther, yes, if I myself was fulkala. At one point I was on the commission during Tongiola's administration for small businesses. And I've noticed that, we have so many small Samoan businesses. We start off real good, first couple of months, and then 6 months later, kaboot, no more.
Yes.
Talk about IOUs. Do you allow IOUs and ikalafus?
Oh gosh, that's the number one reason why so many Samoan businesses close down is ikalafus. Yes, we love our own people, we love our families, but then at the same time, you have to put down your feet. This is a business. Please understand. I have to make ends meet. Because if you do not make ends meet, if you don't have the finance to pay your bills, that's what happens. It climbs down. My advice to families out there, please support your family businesses. Do not say nothing is free.
We're gonna come. Could we akalafu the earrings?
Oh my gosh! But then sometimes I
know that. Ole mea la balea o te wa ai mo iloaina. Ia wa ai no fo I mafau wa tatu atunu. O fale o loa umalawa ia mai o tula o poloa. O fale o loa tangata Samoa. Sa amataina lava aina Samoa ia. Le foi la tele ia pisinisi Asia wa tono tatu atunu. Ia ai o le fo te fia wa le wa ia nei tangata tala vope oe. Ito amataria fo ina pisinisi la iti tono tatu atunu. But I think that's one of the challenges that I see, that most of our people see on island. E level manatu fo ile leo tangata pe oka. Kai manga ia mea kengeo o Esther fai se wakwe o ya Esther e kalafu me se kupe fa ka uspiri kakina. We have that misconception that once you're in business, you have
money coming out my ears, my nose. Nah.
That's not true, right?
No, it's not, boy. But I've learned that it's okay as a business owner to say no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would say no. I'm sorry. Please give me time. I'll get back to you. Yes, because if my business closed down, you are not going to come feed my kids or my parents.
That's right.
Family first. And I really appreciate the love and support our community has given to me.
Yes.
If you have that mentality of business, you don't have to have a mentality. If you have something good in your mind frame that, hey, I want a business, start it. How do you not know it's going to work if you do not do it? Start it. That was my biggest fear point when I started my business. Is it going to work? I'm like, no, I have to do it.
It's natural in people, the fear of failure.
Yes.
But like what you said, how important are taking risks in this idea or concept or going into business? Is it important to take risks, or no, I don't want to take risks, so I don't want to go into business
and then lose that money, right? You invested it.
Yeah,
it's important if it's something that you know that you what you're doing. Don't just jump into something that you don't. But taking risk is so important, because how are you not going to know?
Yeah.
it's going to come out well. There's products I would buy and it wasn't a seller. I would lose money in that. But then again, don't have that negative mind frame, you know.
You said something about brainstorming.
Yes.
You know, and as a when I was teaching, I tell kids, writing. Okay, let's brainstorm.
I remember.
How important is planning in your line of business?
Planning is so important. Like that saying, if you plan to fail, you fail to plan. You have to plan out your business plan. There's a business plan. If you don't know what a business plan is, Google it. Google's my best
You
friend.
have it. You have it on Google.
Yeah.
Google it.
Google, like what you did in school. I remember the brainstorm.
Brainstorm ideas.
Yeah, like your business in that little circle and then breaking it out.
It's amazing. Yeah, pay for my mom. That's what to do. It doesn't have to be a big idea. You could start with something small.
Like the Bible, the small and simple things, great things come to pass. That's a good saying, but look, it's so small and simple, but you would make money out of it.
C'est moi ça occupé, fait ça business sometimes I ask people, it's like, what's important? Is it the idea or the money to start off with? Do you start with the idea or do you wait until you have the money?
You start off with the idea and then save up to bring that idea up to par. Boy, when I started my business, it was just a printer and a laptop.
You're kidding.
Boy, just a printer and a laptop. And I'm like, okay. And I started off with this $4,000 I saved when I graduated from basic training in the Army. Like, I don't believe in loans, but
we'll get to the loans later.
Yeah, I never did loan. But yeah, that $4,000, I bought a printer and a laptop and papers, and that's it. That's how I started off. And every time,
amazing.
Boy, it was faith and being positive. Oh gosh, my mom, she was like, you are not gonna make it, But then my dad, he was like silent, and I knew that silent was like, you'll do it. It's all about yourself, believing in yourself, and just save up, or do a loan.
Okay, sometimes someone said, what's budget? Is budget important to small businesses? Or for example, what budget? And some people say, I don't pay attention to budget. Is it important for small businesses to survive?
Yes, you have to budget your money. It's just, it's kind of the same with our lifestyle. Yeah, c'est pisupo every day. You have to budget every day. Do not spend more in what you're getting in your business. Because if you spend more, you're not going to have enough profit to buy more products. Fale
Oh my gosh, that really drains Samoan businesses.
It does. Fale is the number one.
And look at the Asian businesses. They don't do fale.
They don't.
And we do fale left and right. And it's like, Esther, say my ancestors are
Oh gosh. You know how many times I said no to my dad? To my own dad. You have to.
It's hard.
It is hard. It broke my heart.
Yeah, why ele fayola to ua fala that's what to know le for what tala no Esther. Yeah, if I pay na la langa. It's not that's what to know mawali alofa for ia fa cristiano for ole each tono tato I for the time what's a little fast so wale se telenia na tupe la lavana umaltele tato tupe tato fala lave wale ele umai fala lave le aso male as ole olanga lava tato tato masanya. But how do you control that? Father Vilaves, I like what you said. You said no to dad. But you have to put your foot down.
Oh, you
you really have to discipline yourself. Yeah.
And discipline is what we were taught when we were young. Not that
And it's okay to say no.
it is. It is.
Maria, and because some people think ole pisinisi if I love it.
No.
That's wrong.
So what if the Fale Lalaga takes your money and your business closed? You know.
Okay. Ole lata umata pro kalama di Esther naya umanene umuta talanoai. Talk about the concept of the incubator here at the market. I've seen it. There are a few businesses on this part of the market, on this side of the market. Talk about that initiative by DLC. How what are the advantages to you as being in the incubator here at the market?
Rent is very cheap. It's so affordable, and it helped me. It helped my business progress. It helped my business save enough to buy more products, more materials. And I would like to thank Department of Commerce so much for this opportunity of allowing my small business enough time to grow.
Yes.
Grow out and just, because it's a 2-year lease, and I only have 5 more months left.
Oh.
And I would love to stay, but I know other businesses out there need my spot to help them grow too. And now I can afford to pay rent as well. How much is rent now?
Oh, you don't want to know.
Oh gosh, it's
and that's one of the expected expenses for any business, and that also is a challenge when you pay lease. I found tired to le fiona ya ki seri matatu officer o le DLC o le Department of Commerce o lo iai fo inai pro kalama nei e whaavano ai nei le maketi a waia nei pisinisi e tau whaolaola wa o le winga tonula i le incubator tau whaolaola nei pisinisi. Rachel, what do you see yourself after the and what's your long-term plan for the next 5 years? Where do you see yourself? Would you continue to do what you like, or?
Yes, I want to break out and get a bigger place, a bigger spot for my business, and I also want a little spot, a department in my office for people to hands-on. Do your own earrings.
Yes.
Do your own printouts.
Do it yourself.
Yes.
I like that model.
Just be creative, because honest, us Samoans, we are very creative. But the number one thing that most of us have is being lazy. No offense. Use what the Lord has given us.
Yes. But you've learned something from being in the incubator, right?
Yes.
The pros and cons of doing your own business. Now you're going on your own, perhaps in the next, a year or so. Ale watele la basele so na te mawamai tonu fo o le pro kalama fo le ne ale DLC ya mo na pisinisi lo tau fa ola ya ai o le nganga la bana e fa tai e fo itatu te tai ya ken seli la Fale ya mal officer lo fa penana ona fail ne tulanga. A few questions, then we'll end our program. Now that the tourists are not coming, we've been talking about COVID-19. What do you see with our tourism or the tourist industry? What's your vision for that, for the lockdown now? What do you think we should do because the tourists are not here?
Exactly what you're doing. Since the tourist, so many people want to come to this exotic island, our beautiful island. But what you're doing, your programs like this, you're going out, letting them know, hey, there's a business on island that
come and shop,
And thank you so much, Poi, for this program, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it.
I love Rachel. I mean, Esther. Rachel was my student.
Rachel's my older sister.
Yeah. I ole tulanga fo na pe ona faile tatu programa. Olo ia lava tangata le tu olo fai piala tu ngalwe na sisi la haiti fa pene. Ya ai oia tu fo tatu watu nu. Ya aya nga ile marketi ya ole Jin What's with the Jin?
Jin. My boys, my 3 boys.
Oh.
I named them. The first is Jesse, second is Ifao, and third is Ned. So that's good luck for me.
Ole Jin Print Shop la ayanga ibel marketi, tuol marketi. Ya, ole si tu le ye fale ainga, ya ole si tu. Olo ye le Department of Commerce, olo ye fo the Commerce people, the Chamber of Commerce.
Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you, Chamber of Commerce, for allowing us to use this room as well. Olo ya ila tama ipisinisi ne, ya pel pisinisi ale tinaya Esther. Yeah, Esther, we're closing up. Any shout out to people out there or those who had inspired you to do this kind of work?
Thank you so much to my dad, my mom, for instilling this business mind to us kids, and thank you, Poi, and thank you to all my customers, family, and friends for their numerous support. And let me know.
Yes.
I'm here at the market.
Malo lana. Ya Amerika Samoa ay Mr. Po ilato wala umawamay to prokalama lunga upingat sa ilangi. Umaya fo ile fataltan no anga iha masetina fo ile atinu o setina tala vo fa pisinisi o le silava le anga ina ia totele nisi o tatu watinu ia ema fai fo ile na o tonwe atia ia lava la tu pisinisi ia emoliatu fa tele lava le officiale Department of Commerce le sunga ya ki sedi la Fale male matana luema le fa mai na fo ile nei ofisa moltato proclame ia fa apia fo ile Chamber of Commerce o lato fo ile hotel fo lato sao mo business la Haiti fa tayet fo ile 684 media mo nei proclama fa tayet fo mo le tato ofisa le malo le KBC KTV mo le fa la loina nei proclama o le to fine na ia Esther Posala o au nei o poe mangeo Taitono fo ile nganga stable proclama sa ia fo se upu wasasi a se anga fo i wale tautamali ia o maa wala mo se whanau la iti ai o iatu tato atunu ia wha mana lo mai maa ua o se teini o iluma ia toi wha wau fo i tato proclame ai e mawhai lava na mauan ia tele proclama Elena al Fale lana au isi lava proclama ese tato official tourisi ia pe ai asiasia te fo ile tato website o le www.americansamoa.travel ia po olunga fo au pena te whailani po le Facebook ile American Samoa Visitors Bureau ai fia man mangama hatiri fo le tato proclame e mana fo yeso sao ile tato proclame asesi mai tato ofisa lo teri of Samoa i Fagatogo pe te wala mai fo ile ono tolu i vavalu o lima manuia lava fa sauna ale atinu le yaso tofa soifua